movie was during the original Alien. Somebody involved with the production commented that they saw. So it was the guy. They saw the guy who was in the alien suit. He didn't have the head on, but he was wearing the rest of the suit. And he was having a discussion about like African politics or something with somebody else, like just still in the costume, um, as if he wasn't even wearing it. And one of the assistants was like behind him, like making sure the tail didn't like carrying the tail, like making sure it didn't drag on the floor, kind of like a cape. And the guy who saw it was like, "I wish I had a picture of it. It was the most incredible thing I'd ever seen." Just the guy in like the full body alien costume without the head, just like having a normal conversation with somebody.
Okay, we are live. Inside Movies Galore, everyone. Thank you for coming on. I have in the room with us JilliAnne.
Hello, everyone.
So,
Hi.
Singer, an actress,
Yes.
and a producer. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Yes. I am a professional actress as well as pop singer. And this year, also a professional cosplayer. But this year, I decided to branch out a little bit more and add screenwriter and producer to my resume. And it was funny because the project I'm currently working on right now is actually a lot bigger than myself, which is a good sign. But it actually wasn't. It's a web series, and it wasn't supposed to be made into a web series until one of my very good friends in the industry was like, "Hey, I love your, the script. We should turn this into something." And I was like, "Okay," and I just kind of went along with it. And now we're in pre-production, getting ready to hit actual full production in January, and it should be coming out next year. So it kind of was something I didn't see coming, but I'm having a blast, and so is my production staff with it. And I think the whole world is going to have a lot of fun with the show once it comes out.
Okay. Well, I understand that you recently, not too recently, you said the main actress in it. A bit about it.
Yeah. So I actually have a movie on Amazon called April Fools, and I play for lack of a better term, which I guess is the best term ever, I play a psycho girlfriend who comes up with this insane idea that she basically has been with her boyfriend for a while, and she wants him to propose, and he's a busy CEO, and he doesn't really I guess he hasn't been thinking about the fact of marriage yet, or so she thinks. And so she comes up with this crazy scheme to try to get him to propose, and she uses her girlfriend along with her to kind of hash out this plan that he is very unaware about. And because of that, everything kind of backfires, and it turns into this crazy scheme that no one saw coming. And it's just kind of psycho meets comedy meets just psycho, I guess is the best word for it.
Sounds a little bit like a Tales from that makes me think of a Tales from the Crypt episode, where this guy thinks his wife is having an affair because she's been acting really suspicious, and then like in a fit of jealousy, he kills her.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh!
And then the twist at the end is she was planning a surprise party where she was going to reveal to him that she had been pregnant. And so,
oh my gosh! Like, I'll have to watch it.
Like he goes into the cabin, like, dragging her body, like getting ready to like dump it or whatever, and like all the lights come on, surprise, and there's a big banner, "You're going to be a dad," and it's like, oh, my body wasn't ready.
That kind of stuff like makes me cringe, but I love it. Like it's so funny because all the films and all the stuff that I have lined up and the stuff that I'm doing currently, including producing, I always tell them, I'm like, I really want like a Melissa McCarthy role. I want to be funny, and everybody's like, no, you're really good at psycho. Just be psycho. And I'm like, fine. guess I'm just Psycho. So I've already been typecast with like my first film. So
Psycho is very welcome around here. So
yes, see, that's why
you're in
I
good
fit in with
company.
you guys. By the way, I love your outfit.
So,
Oh, thank you so much.
you mentioned that you do singing as well. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I have my own iHeart radio station, which only has one song right now. A lot of my songs and music and albums, we kind of went a different production path, turning it from one album to two EPs. So
Dustin, you're doing a lot of breathing.
I am? This is almost always somebody else's fault.
The mask.
Don't breathe, dang it! I'm just kidding.
Yeah, gross.
But no, I do. I have my own iHeart radio station. Like I said, it was one album that was turned into two EPs, and we're kind of taking production on that a different way. But because of me picking up this producer role out of nowhere, it's kind of been pushed to early 2018 as far as like production for that goes. But basically, as a singer, you know, I have my own Spotify channel. Of course, iHeart radio station. I'm on iTunes, SoundCloud, obviously. But as far as that, it's going to be launched more after this project is done because I can't. I wish I try to be Wonder Woman and I can't. So I just kind of have my staff help me, and then next year, 2018 is going to be insane. So I'm really excited.
Understand. Well, how was your relationship, or how did you roll for April Fools?
Say that one more time.
Roll for April Fools, by the way.
It was so funny because I was actually approached by the director, and he had seen my Harley Quinn, cosplay, and he'd seen videos of me doing Harley Quinn, and he reached out to me and he was like, "Hey, I have a script for you to read." And I was like, "Okay," and he had known some of my networking connections, and so I read the script, and as soon as I read it, I noticed the Psycho Girl, and I was like, I'm her. I'm the Psycho Girl, aren't I? He's like, yeah, you are. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, I've heard from several directors that you play a good psycho. And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah. I don't know how well that is for my dating life, but I mean, whatever. Here I am, and I'm just Harley Quinn.
Well, I'm glad that you could come on and what you might have planned out here. So thank you. Did you have anything else that you like to share before I have you before you bow out here?
No, I mean, I think we covered a lot, but I want to say thank you for having me on. I look forward to being a panelist very soon with you guys. Nick Kyle is my director for my show that I am producing, so we're kind of hand in hand with that. And I just want to say thank you for, the networking connection and for having me on. And I look forward to much more Psychotic with the rest of you guys.
Cool. Is there any place that anybody can find you real quick, like websites or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I do have a JilliAnne website up. It's kind of temporary right now because we're reconstructing the actual website. And what I'll do is I'll send you guys the links. But I am on Facebook, JilliAnne, which is JilliAnne, because I like to be different. Let me see. I'm on Instagram. I know, isn't different fun? But no, I'm on Instagram. My name is @meetJilliAnne, MEET, and then JilliAnne. And then pretty much, I mean, all you got to do is Google me, and it'll kind of pull everything up. But I'll definitely send you guys links to my cosplay, to my singing, to my acting, my movies. And then as the actual show is in production and we start production promo, announcing that stuff, I'll definitely send you guys the promo so you can kind of see what was talked about tonight. I'm very excited about it.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, thank you for coming on, and hopefully you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. I look forward to talking to you guys soon.
We'll talk, and we'll definitely get you on a movie or something like that.
Yay! Sounds good. I look forward to it.
We'll pick a good one.
Awesome.
Hopefully.
That's right. Pick a psychotic one for me.
I
you
will
go.
definitely.
We already have our topic.
Elijah Wood's Maniac. Bring it on.
Yes. Yes.
So tonight we're going to be in a film that that was filmed in Wisconsin. It was directed by Adam Bosely, and it was produced by Kevin Sommerfield for 2015. So the reason why I wanted to do this is because it was actually a Christmas film. So why don't you tell us time seeing the film?
Who's going first? Well, okay, I can do it. This was definitely my first time seeing it. I could tell it was made in Wisconsin, just because, like, looking around at just the scenery itself, like, I've lived here long enough, and especially in the North Woods long enough, that it was like, yep, I buy this is Wisconsin. And their locations were pretty, well, there are elaborate homes like that, like in the woods. So this movie's kind of hard to pin down. It had some pretty cool stuff with some of, like, the killings, but for the most part, well, I don't know. I think if it had been made in a different time period, it could have really taken off. Like, it was very classical in its feel. Like they were trying to do, like, a real old style, like, slasher film. So it was
Okay.
It was okay, and it was short. I liked the length. It was as long as it needed.
All right, Honest. Why don't you tell us what you thought of the film?
Yes, this was my first time seeing it, and I thought it was actually pretty good. For a local movie, I thought it was good. I had fun watching it, and I liked, even though it was sort of formulaic, I liked the setting.
Brandon, why don't you tell us what you thought of the film?
Okay. Actually, I got a quick education from this person because I just saw I saw both of the films back to back. It was the that one and Don't Come to the Reunion.
Go to the reunion.
Yes. I actually thought it was a pretty good by the numbers slasher film. And there have been some of those in this category that I've been kind of disappointed in as of late. But Dismembering Christmas actually did feel a little bit better than some of those. In particular, the scene with the candy canes and the snowman.
That was cool.
It just,
Yeah.
I mean, the level of intellect of those people probably didn't seem very high, though.
That's sort of like, is it just difficult to write dialogue that sounds like it comes from humans? Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how to phrase it before, but I've seen a bunch of movies recently that were done by that were, like, more independent, and a lot of the dialogue just seems unnatural. I mean, is it the delivery? Is it the lines themselves? Like, it's really making me kind of wonder, like, what goes into, like, making a film at, like, a different making, you know?
What was your reaction to the film?
It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. The only saving grace to this movie was the kills. it had some very interesting and intricate kills, which made it nice, but the acting was so bad. It was like they killed off the actors in in the order of how bad of an actor they were. So the worst actors went first, but they were all bad. So it was just the lines were not very well written. It's like you said, it doesn't sound, no one would talk like that. There was things that just didn't fit. It just didn't flow to me. They're trying to add like a backstory in there when they could barely even tell the story that was going on.
I more or less
What's your
agree.
thoughts on?
Certainly seen worse. Like, I ended up having a good time with it, and especially that thing with the wreath. Like, that was pretty cool.
Like I said, the kills were the saving grace. That was that was it. That was only the good part about the movie with the kills.
Red Raven, the film. This was your first time seeing it?
Yeah, this was my first time, and I thought it was okay. I thought it was like your typical scenario, a bunch of teenagers going off to a house in the woods for a vacation and, everyone getting killed off. I thought the ending was real rushed, where we found out who the killer was, and then there was a little bit of dialogue, and then the killer gets killed. I thought the ending could have been a little bit longer, a little bit more of an explanation before the killer got killed.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, it had some good creepy stuff there. I was like, okay, there was potential here, but it was very quick, like you said.
The way I watched this film about maybe a year or so ago, and once, and the beginning audio was like kind of off and on. It was like up and down. So I think they had some audio problems and issues there. But the one thing that I liked, besides how unique the kills were, was it looked like they had used an aerial drone in the inside of the house, and I have not seen that often used inside a house. I mean, where it actually looks like it's like around. There's this one moment in there where the camera's following the killer and the girl at the same time, and it's just kind of whirling.
That was pretty cool too. Like I noticed a couple of those shots, and it's like, oh wow, that was neat.
I thought that was unique about the film. I had not seen inside a house yet in a low budget production yet. I'd going up to houses. I've seen them going around neighborhoods. A thing that I remembered that I had not seen yet, and I think that was cool. Anyone else have anything else to say?
I kind of liked the makeup that they used for the killer. For a while, I thought they were wearing a Michael Myers mask, because you don't get like a very good glimpse of it for a while. Okay. I just started going through. I found the 15-disc box set of Halloween. I just started going through that, so maybe I was just seeing things that weren't there. After having watched like 5 hours of Michael Myers on screen. But I kind of liked the design that they had for that, and I had wondered if that was almost like an homage, kind of. And a lot of the weapons were like Christmas objects. Like I thought that was pretty cool. So I mean,
yeah,
that's high points.
I liked about the film because not many Christmas slasher films specifically use Christmas type objects. They're not Christmassy themed.
Yeah, I like that about it too. It added that Christmas without actually being a Christmas movie. It was more like a horror slasher movie, but it had Christmas elements.
Yeah. And that those are the things and the reasons why I like the film. So, Brandon, did you have anything else to add to the discussion?
I actually agree with you about the sound. With the don't actually. I thought the other movie was much worse with their sound than this one. I thought they actually improved quite a bit.
I
But
think it's just a low budget thing. Like something about like what they use for mixing the audio just always something always feels off.
there was another one that was like that, and I really disliked the movie series because of that, where I couldn't understand half of what they were saying. I have to turn it way up, and then as soon as the music came on, it would near make me deaf. I can't remember what series that was, though.
They were actually in the dining room, I think, was kind of staticky too, where we're supposedly like getting drunk or whatnot. So just it just seemed kind of.
The part
But
is really forced. It's like, you know, you're supposed to be at a party, you know, have fun. And it was just kind of like, okay, what are all the tropes that are associated with young people having fun? Like, it kind of felt like the people in that scene hadn't been to an actual party like that.
They never drank a day in their life.
like it was a forced party, and they like didn't really know each other.
Yeah, yeah, they were
know how to party.
making them do it. A forced party.
Well, they were
already-
seniors in high school.
And wasn't there like a wedding or something like that they were supposed to go to? Whatever happened to that?
They said something
Exactly.
about something was mentioned about a ring, but it went nowhere.
Yeah, the wedding thing was weird.
And I think the two girls were mentioning something about waiting until another got a ring on their finger, and then you never heard about the wedding thing again. It's like, did we just decide to have a snow day after the two were killed?
Maybe.
I don't know. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was low budget and a good one to talk about because I think there's that many films filmed in Wisconsin to do with Christmas.
Yeah.
So,
well, I had a good time. I had a good time seeing it. Overall, it was just, I think a lot of things could have been done better, but you know, I've seen some really, really terrible movies, and this was not one of them. Like,
I've seen some really foul too that could probably be flushed down the toilet. So I think this is marginally.
I'd give it a B-
for film.
for like what it is.
I'd say the same. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Oh,
if I was the professor, I'd probably give them an A because I know
they wanted to interject. Katie, did you have anything else to say or notice? Miss Red Raven.
Red Raven. Come back.
Did you have anything
Hello?
else that you'd like to mention?
No, not really. I can't think of anything.
Okay. Michelle, did you have anything else to add?
I am not sure if this is even working right now. Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. It like my screen went blank and I can't find it like on my phone, so I don't know if this is working. No, I just thought it was a horrible movie. The kills were interesting. They could have even been done better, but you know, within the budget that they had, I thought they at least did that part justice. So I'll give it credit for that.
Oh, I thought of
Sure.
something.
Yeah.
What was the backstory behind the killer and like who had been killed in the house before?
As far as I could tell, evidently there was a woman found in the bed, and family had been killed in the rooms above. That's it. And then we hear the chatter about it during the party. Even that wasn't really much of a backstory. I would have wanted to hear a little bit more about the details about the backstory myself if I were to go back and redo it. You
And
know
then
what
the
I'm
girl that ended up killing her, was she really her
Detailing.
daughter?
They
She
weren't.
thought she was her daughter.
They don't really ever
I don't.
say.
I'm not even sure. Say and remember that sheriff's son. He said something about the one chick.
It was, weren't you from here? That was like it.
Before.
Oh, so like the villain in Tucker and Dale.
Who's to say?
And now she
Hey,
killed her
it
mama with an
was
ice
kind
with an
of
ice
all over.
auger, and she's gonna be a crazy person too.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome with the ice auger. Like, I'd almost forgot. I'd somehow forgotten about that. Like, how did I forget about that?
Actually, yeah, that was a point. I didn't think about that, but yeah, I was like, okay, so this is basically showing that she's gone overboard. So she's already killed her, but this time she's gonna make sure by cutting her into like a billion pieces with one of those.
Churning her into butter.
That makes me think of. I saw the commentary on Halloween with like Nick Castle and Dean Cundy, and after like Laurie like knocks Michael down the first time and she like gets rid of the knife and she picks up the knife and then like tosses it away. They're like every audience would be like, "No, what are you doing?" It was kind of nice to see somebody really make sure, and it's like, okay, he's down, like cut his head off, like make sure.
Double tap.
Like Wolf Creek would have played out so differently if they had just finished him off instead of like, "Hey, I'm hitting him with the gun." Like those people have to die.
Alrighty. There's nothing else that anyone really wants to say about the film. I definitely enjoyed it. I mean, it has some some form of you know, as some form of like for some of us. So I would agree with Dustin and give it a B minus myself. Out there listening, at least watch it for once. See, so it's definitely one that you can enjoy. It was kind of a nostalgia thing. So in any case,
it was good. You know, if you've got something to do, but you want to
start with
that sound.
Who's got the vibrator going? What?
Yeah.
Snoring?
What the hell?
What vibrators sound like?
Hey, why are you guys looking at
Celeste,
me?
why don't you tell
Nothing.
us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
All right, my name is Celeste. I am a co-host on the horror house show Deadger's Dark Coffin Classics. If you are interested in looking us up, we are at vimeo.com/ddcc, or you can look for Deadger's Dark Coffin Classics on Google or Facebook to find our stuff. And if you are in the Kenosha Racine area, you can watch us on channel 14 in Kenosha or channel 25 in Racine.
Cool. Brandon, why don't you tell us a little bit of you?
Yes, I'm from Septum Sen versus the World. We're on a YouTube channel that goes over physical media. We just had our Christmas extravaganza where we did a double review and pickup videos. I'm currently doing a lot of Christmas stuff, experimenting with editing techniques now. I just got a new editing software, so if y'all have a chance, you can check out the video review of what was it? National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and Christmas Vacation 2, and of course the 2 Santa Claus movies, including the Mexican one that was released. I've also just filmed A Christmas Story 2's review, but I've still got to do some editing with that one.
Cool. Alrighty. Michelle, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do?
Red Raven, or Jaeger, or one of you two. You're up, Michelle. Michelle.
Well, let's go to Red Raven. Red Raven, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
I'm Red Raven, and I am a concert promoter. I put concerts together, and then I'm also a dead girl on Dead Girl's Dark Coffin Classics, along with Celeste.
So,
And Dustin, why don't you tell us what to tell the audience about your new role coming up?
Oh yeah, so I recently got brought on to be an editor for Inside Movies Galore, and
Movies Galore of Milwaukee, actually.
It's finals week. My brain doesn't work. Well, I live in Milwaukee. I live in Milwaukee. I go to UWM, studying programming and GIS right now. So looking forward to writing up my first review for Movies Galore, which is going to be Slithis, which is a movie I have some kind of personal history with. It's a funny story, but you'll have to read the post. So I'm going to be working on that over Christmas break. I'm a pretty obsessed horror collector. I have an Instagram for my collection, DHR Hunter, all one word, on Instagram. I don't have as many things up there as I should, but as soon as the semester ends, oh my god, you guys are getting so many pictures, like, overload. And yeah, so that's basically what I do. So I like writing.
Right.
It'll be fun. It'll be a fun time.
Looking forward to seeing
Michelle.
that.
Stuff shut down, so I'm just going to say a little bit about what she does. Michelle Jaeger came over Jaeger Entertainment. She's spent 40 years in the entertainment and joined us on our podcast. I've also invited her to Movies Galore Milwaukee. Over the air, welcome Dustin and Michelle to my team. So, my name is David Streggy. I run Movies Galore Milwaukee, host this podcast called Inside Movies Galore, and I'm also a small-time producer, coming out as being part of Wrestle Massacre for 2018. So thanks for I know this episode was a short one, but hopefully you enjoyed our small discussion on this Christmassy type film, and hopefully enjoy your festivities in this Christmas cheer.
Yeah. Hey, Christmas, everybody. Or
Say Merry Christmas and
Merry
holidays.
Christmas.
Merry everyone.
Mhm.